downed trees, destroyed homes, and scattered debris. That is what Cherryville neighbors are still dealing with weeks after severe weather turned their lives upside down. Well, now the city is hoping Governor Roy Cooper will declare those destructive storms a disaster. Good evening to you on this Friday. I'm Brian Blakely.
And I'm Alicia Barnes with those leaders filed that request today. Queen City News' Daniel Pierce took a trip back to the small town that's far from recovering.
The city requested to file a Type 1 disaster declaration Friday afternoon. They're racking up around $500,000 in damages already. But as we've seen, there are still families trying to dig themselves out of the debris.
This has become an unmistakable sound. It's now synonymous with destruction and has echoed throughout most every Cherryville neighborhood since May 16th.
You don't think there's a lot of damage, but there's a lot of damage. When you start cleaning it up, there's more than you think they are.
3.5 weeks out from the storm, and OTIS CLOUGH has just been able to get the dangling tree limbs touching his cable lines cut down.
Tree service companies are backed up. We've called Ford, and we're just now getting service out to the property. Kept track of limbs, make sure they weren't coming closer to the house with each passing rain shower. And so very relieved we were able to get some service out here.
Otis and his family are lucky. His neighbor escaped her house after a tree split it in two. The damage is so severe, it's not even tarped. One street over, a family has partially lived out of a tent since the storm. Their house deemed too unstable to go back inside.
There's been houses I've noticed with tarps, trees on them everywhere. I don't think many people has had as much help as some people have. I've seen people, asking for help on Facebook a lot. There is so many power lines down, the trees, roofs were ripped off in certain places.
City leaders say they've spent roughly $300,000 to repair 3 of 4 electrical circuits in the city. They've also spent $150,000 on debris removal so far, 122 tons to be exact, with another 122 tons to go, which is where people like David WHITAKER have stepped in.
Just cutting slab after slab because, the city, I guess, needs some cleanup, and I'm just happy to help.
Patience, endurance, just seeing it to the very end and picking up the pieces and continuing on with life.
It's now up to the governor in the state on whether or not to approve that disaster declaration that would help the city regain some of what they've lost financially. Meanwhile, it's going to take several weeks to a month to fully clean up this debris. In Cherryville, Daniel Pierce, Queen City News.